to the stars, been on Jimmy Kimmel, done it all.
Amazing.
You know it. That's deep. This dude is for real.
He's known around the world for his ability to predict the future, communicate with those who have crossed over to the other side, and his use of healing energy.
That's what Gary does. He makes things better.
2 million listeners and fans have been waiting for this. He's here, Psychic Gary Spivey.
Gary's gifts and his abilities are very unique.
He just goes around the country helping people get through their problems that will take them years to figure out.
If it wasn't for Gary, I probably would be dead.
His gifts are really something I can't really put into words.
I think that I have a demon.
There's a certain demon. Let me get it out of there. Feel that?
I do. I'm burning up.
It's okay.
Watch how this goes.
This is freaking me out.
Everything that I imagined what might happen in this crazy seminar that I was going to actually happened in real life. Gary blew my mind.
Gary, he's on fire today.
I don't know how to explain it.
And I entertain people, but most of all, I enlighten people.
He tapped into me. Now I feel like I'm freed and I feel so much better.
I'm spiritually led to people, and sometimes I have important information that will change their life forever.
So I have trust issues.
That's your stuff. It comes from your mom and dad, seems like, way back, right? They were crazy.
They are.
Yeah. So there we go, just pulling that off. There we go. See how light you feel now?
I help people.
You're fine. You're fine.
This show will absolutely change your life. And why?
Gary Spivey's been radio's #1 psychic for over 20 years. The one-of-a-kind show, Tapping In with Gary Spivey, showcases all his spiritual gifts and talents, taking you on a spiritual journey, broadcasting weekly from wherever he is in the world.
Hello, welcome to Tapping In with Gary Spivey. Hello, welcome to Tapping In with Gary Spivey. I'm Gary Spivey, and I'm so glad you guys are here joining us. If you have a question, now this is the part of the show where we answer your questions. I'm going to take all kinds of questions. I'm going to answer as many as I possibly can, and there's a million different ways to get to me. You can simply call me at 1-800-TAP-GARY, 1-800-827-GARY, G-A-R-Y, 1-800-827-4279. That's how you get a hold of me. Or you can also email us. How do they get a hold of us with email?
They can go to your website at garyspivey.com and fill in the front order page form.
Oh,
right
good.
There.
Okay.
Question box right there on your website.
Oh, good, Jason. And there's some other ways. How else can people get in touch with us? There's so many ways with communication these days. I mean, it's really, really good with social media. So
yeah, you guys could find him on Facebook at facebook.com/Gary Spivey and Twitter at Gary Spivey. And
you choked up. You were
I almost
sad.
cried. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here, guys.
You almost cried.
And they can find him at Instagram at Gary Spivey.
Oh, great.
On Instagram.
And so, Travis, what are you doing? You're just hanging out. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm just, switching between you two talking.
Oh, you're doing work over there. So everybody's got a job. So we got jobs here.
Well,
this is good.
I wouldn't necessarily call this a job, but
really?
It's fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, anyway, so I'm so happy to be here, and so I'm really glad to take you guys' calls. I answer questions all the time. That's all I do on the radio, and that's all I do in live shows and private readings everywhere. And now, right here at Tapping In, my very own podcast, wherever I happen to be in the world, is where we're going to do the podcast from. And today we're on board the Infinity. We're here dockside, and it's just a great vibration, wonderful energy. Let's take a call.
Well, we have Tasha from Minnesota.
Okay.
She says, Hi, Gary. I've had hives for almost 5 months. I've been to a few doctors, including an allergist, and no one can figure out why I have them and what's causing them or how to get rid of them. Could you please help me? I'm absolutely heartbroken over this whole situation, and it's making me so miserable.
Okay.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Well, let's try to fix her up. A lot of times when people have different physical ailments, spiritually, I can see dark energies around them. I can explain to them how to keep the dark energies away, how to meditate a certain way, and I can also get rid of dark energies, and a lot of times things work out pretty good for them. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's talk to her.
Hi, Tasha. This is Jason with Tapping In with Gary Spivey show.
Hi there. How are you?
Great, thanks. We have Gary Spivey here on the line with us.
Okay.
Tasha, how are you? So you've had the hives for 5 months?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually, knock on wood, I haven't had them for 3 days. I had one that was on my arm this morning, but I just tried not to think about it, and it's not there. But it was so bad. It would be in my scalp, my face. I mean, head to toe, I was covered in hives, and it itched, and there were big red welts all over my body, and it was like a burning, itching feeling. And I would wake up a lot during the night with them,
right.
And it was horrible. I mean, it took me to such a dark place.
Yeah, and so and the doctors couldn't figure out really what you were allergic to or what was causing it, right?
Right. We did a whole bunch of testing, everything, and nothing.
Here's what I see. Are you doing anything? I feel like it's hormonal. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, are you taking any hormone treatments or anything like that, or any kind of birth control?
I'm not. I actually went through menopause when I was 24.
Okay.
So,
all right. Okay, which is really, really unusual, right?
It's extremely unusual.
Yeah, right. And so, but here's what I see. I think it's hormonal, and you know, I could when I look at it, you know, you're a person then that's confirming this, and you're telling me that you went through menopause when you're 24, which I don't think I've even ever heard of that. And so when I'm looking at you, give me just a second. And if you see me, actually, I'm moving my hand from side to side, and so I read people's health. I actually invoke my spiritual gifts by moving my hand around, so people can see me doing this right now. And so when I'm looking at you, notice how your feet are warm now.
Oh, I'm extremely warm.
You can feel that, right? And so, see, I had to light you up so I could see inside your body, so I could see what's going on. And so I can see you from head to toe. And so I'm just going to look at you from head to toe, okay? And I'm going to get rid of any dark energies I see. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're so sweet, too. I like you. I can feel you. So when I look, you also have a little thing with your neck. Your neck is tight, right?
Yep. In my back, yeah.
You're real
definitely.
tight. And so I'm going to get rid of that. Is that okay?
Please.
Okay, there we go. As I got rid of it, notice your sinuses open?
Yeah, I just breathed through my nose. Yep.
Crazy, right? And so a lot of times when I pull dark energies from people's bodies, their body will react a certain way. And see, I can actually feel you. I feel everything that happens in your body, I feel happening in my body. My sinus is open. And now I feel really, really warm and much, much better. When I look, I see a dark energy on your adrenal glands. Okay? Your adrenals are right above your kidneys. I don't know if you had any pain back there or if it felt weird or tight around you.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of a strange, almost a cramping sensation, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna get rid of the dark energy that I see there. Is that okay?
Please.
Okay, and there we go. And there we go. Now this will take a second. There we go. And there we go. Okay, got it. And so now look how you feel now. Totally different, right?
Yeah, it feels good. I'm moving around right now.
Weird, right? And so
Yeah.
but I just got rid of the dark energy there. I believe that you because of going through menopause at 24, which was very rare, I think that you have an endocrine system disorder. And when I really look at it, I believe it has to do with your pituitary gland. Okay, that's the master.
Okay.
That's the master gland. If I were you, I would talk to an endocrinologist and have them look at your pituitary. Okay. And so, but I just cleared the dark energy off of your thyroid, off of all the glands of your body. I cleared again your adrenals and ovaries, and there we go, all the way down. Now look how light you feel now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating.
Crazy, right? So
Yeah.
I got rid of, I believe, the dark energy that was creating these things for you. See, I've noticed that every time I see someone that's sick, I see dark energies attacking their body. And if I get rid of the dark energies, they feel better. And so that's what I see. So I hope that works for you. Okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Gary. Thank you so much.
Honey, thank you. Thanks for being on the show too. And check us out. Check us out at Tapping In. You can check it out every Sunday. Tapping In at GarySpivey.com. Okay.
Thanks, Tasha.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tasha.
Thanks, Jason.
All right.
Take care, you guys.
Lots of love.
And thank you. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
that's mind-blowing. Can you tell me visually what you saw as you were going through the steps of clearing hair?
Well, I just look at people. When I look at them and understand, I'm sitting here on the dock in Sarasota, Florida, and she's in Minneapolis. See, the heat sensations that people feel when I talk to them is just me clearing their energies, and I see a lot of angels around them. Some of them may be my angels. Some of them are certainly their angels. And I'm just getting rid of the dark energies, and the light can then move into their body. When the light moves into your body, you'll actually then get rid of all the dark energies that are usually messing with you. And see, in her case, I saw this darkness on her adrenals, and I could tell that it was hormonal. I could feel that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, she was. You could hear her immediate reaction right over the phone.
Yeah, well, she was going, wow, I went through menopause at 24. And I usually, women go through menopause, between 40, 50, or 60, after 50. Yeah. And so anyway, I can usually see things that quick in a medical situation, and I'll see different dark energies. But if I get rid of them, then I know the person will usually feel much, much better, and I see great things happen. So there we are.
When you saw her tightness in her neck, what did that look like?
It was a crusty dark energy of stress.
Crusty dark
energy.
Well, okay.
So, crusty dark energy. Let me talk to Jason. Jason can see spiritually. Travis can't see anything. He's blind as a bat.
I'm
spiritually blind.
Yeah. I'm the spiritually stupid one on the show.
But it looks like black volcanic rock. And it's really usually a lot of stress and darkness that's painful. And so she had that same black volcanic rock actually on her adrenals. And so her adrenal glands, I actually know a lot about the human anatomy because I've been doing this for a long time. And so, but her adrenals are right where her kidneys are. And I cleared it. And when I did, I seen her whole entire body go to light.
Jason, you can.
Wow, yeah.
You could see.
Could you follow along?
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
you see what I was doing?
Yeah, I could follow along. And I think other people could see, like, body parts just like that. But how do you know what gift to use or how to clear it? Was what
that's when you're an old doctor.
Oh, okay.
That's when you're
so it takes practice.
Doctor.
Are you calling yourself old?
Old, yeah, I think so. I think so.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you kind of went off on the tangent though, didn't you? Anyway, but I think a lot of times it's just you have experience. You've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things when I'm working with people, but I see new things every day. I learn every single day. I'll see something that is so amazing that I'm like blown away. It's some new understanding or that I get. However, you do learn. And so you can spiritually learn from the day before, the day before, the day before. So
how did you know that you could actually see psychically into someone's health?
Well, I could see dimensions, and so you can look in. I can actually see inside you, like looking through this crystal chandelier. I can actually
Clear
see.
glass of water or something.
It just looks like looking through glass. I can see inside of you, and so I can see inside of anyone. And so
did someone teach you this, or did you teach yourself?
Well, I started seeing things, and so I would see something, and I would see a dark energy, and it looks like a black blob, and so many times I'll see a black blob on someone's back, and I'll go, does your back hurt? And I would notice my back would start hurting. That's because I'm an empath, and so being an empath, you'll actually pick up on other people's pain. You'll also pick up on other people's joy, and so I like to be around joyous people, but sometimes we're around people who are in pain or upset, and you will pick up on that vibe. And so we're all pretty empathic these days, and so that's the reason it's very important to learn to meditate, learn to clear your energy, and at the end of every show, guys, we're going to clear your energy for you. And so I'm going to show you how to clear your own energy, but I'm also going to walk through it with you, and you're going to feel pretty good afterwards. And so we're going to charge you up for your week, okay?
So if you looked at me right now, what would you see?
You're a mess.
Well, yeah, I could have told myself that.
If I look at you, I see a little darkness on one shoulder. What does that mean?
I had a surgery when I was in high school.
Oh,
and
all right.
That always bugs me.
So, and you also have one hip and down one leg feels a little strange. What is that?
I was in North Carolina, and I was on a four-wheeler, and I'm not really used to riding four-wheelers, and I was trying to keep up with someone that was used to riding four-wheelers.
You were trying to be cool.
I was trying to be cool.
It didn't work out for you.
At the end of the day, I hit a jump and hit a tree, and I flew about 20 feet and landed on my hip. Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Because I didn't want to get bitched at.
Oh, okay. All right. And so you walk around, your hip's gone. Anyway.
Well, the scary thing is you told me I was going to break my neck, and you cleared it.
Oh, okay.
Before I went out.
Now I remember. And you actually did have a wreck, but you didn't tell me you had a wreck on the four-wheeler.
That's correct.
All right.
Well,
there we go. Nothing.
You
lie
know
to your
now.
psychic. It's always a great idea, folks, to lie to your psychic. Anyway, here, let's take a call.
Okay, Gary, we have T from Las Vegas. She says, my brother died 1 month ago. I want to know the truth. What really happened?
Right.
Is he earthbound or is he in heaven?
Okay. All right. Let's see what T has to say, and let me tap into that for her.
T, how are you? This is Travis from Tapping In with Gary Spivey.
Hi, I'm doing good.
Hi, I got Gary on the line. Gary, this is T from Las Vegas, and she has a question about her brother who passed away.
Oh, okay. T, I'm so sorry. How are you?
I'm not doing good.
Oh, I'm so sorry. When did he pass away, honey?
In December of
Lord.
the 21st.
That's a tough time right before Christmas.
Yeah. Can you tell me what happened?
They said it was a suicide, but I'm not sure if it is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Can you tell me his name?
It's Joe.
Okay. All right. I want you to. Here's the thing with suicide people. You may have heard me do this on the radio before, where if somebody committed suicide, they can be earthbound. You kind of understand that already?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so sometimes, when I see people, usually if it is a suicide, they'll be earthbound. If it is not a suicide, I'll usually see them in heaven. And so, but I'm going to look and see where he is, and then I'm going to need your help because he's going to respond to your voice. He's not going to respond to mine, but you're going to have to call his name, and then I'm going to have the angels. I'm going to invoke the angels to come down. There's a band of angels that actually come down and help him get into the light, and get him across to the other side. Okay? Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see where he is, honey, because you want to help him, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Now, so I'm looking, and when I look around you, you got so much darkness in your head. It's crazy. Poor. I feel bad for you. Can I clear your darkness first?
Please.
Okay. There we go. Now I just cleared a bunch of dark energy off of the top of your head, real depression, and also your stomach. And so there we go. Now look how light you feel now. Better?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird feeling. What does that feel like to you?
Just warm.
Warmth. Oh, good. That's healing energy, and it's just going all through your body. Now let's see where your brother is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to call his name. Call his name.
Joe.
Okay. Yeah, he's earthbound. I see him turning his head. Call his name again.
Joe.
And he's holding the side of his head and choking. That's what he's doing. How did he do it?
I don't know. Because it was him and his girlfriend in the room, and we don't know if it was her or not because she's been acting strange from the day he passed.
Wow.
Right. How did he die? What killed him?
A gunshot wound to his left back of his head.
Right. That's the reason he's holding the side of his head. You see what I'm saying? Let me look and see what happened. No, I think they were in a fight. Is that what she said? They were in a fight, and then he just shot himself, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. And so, but I just see him there, and he's holding the side of his head, and he's got a choking sensation. Okay, and so he's hung in that moment of death. So you want to help him, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, call his name. Okay, one more time.
Joe.
Okay. Now I'm asking the angels to come down and get around him. There they are. They did. And so now you feel really warm. And so tell Joe to look up.
Look up, Joe.
He cussed a lot, right? He cussed quite a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cussing now. He's like, what the F? That's what I hear. Tell him to look up.
Just look up.
Tell him to quit being so stubborn. Look up.
Quit being so stubborn and look up.
Okay, now then tell him to take the angel's hand.
Take the angel's hand.
There you go. Okay, tell him to take one more step into the light, okay? One more step.
One more step.
One more step. There he goes. And there he goes. And there he goes. We got him. There he went. Whew. Feel you got dizzy. Feel that feeling?
Yeah.
Really light and really warm now. Feel that? There.
Yeah.
Honey, you did him a big favor. You did him such a great favor because he could have been there earthbound for, who knows, eternity. I'm not sure. And so I'm not God, but I can see him there, and I have the ability to get the angels to come in, but it had to be from your voice because he didn't know my voice, but he responded to you. He was a very stubborn guy, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We were fighting before. I never got to, talk.
Well, you did him the biggest favor anyone could ever do anybody in the world. You got him out of that horrible dimension, okay?
Sorry for your loss, T.
Yeah, we hope you feel better too.
You're going to feel a whole lot better. See, when people are earthbound like that, you feel terrible because you know they're hung somewhere that's not right. And so now you're going to feel a whole lot better. So you feel light in your chest. I can feel it. Make sense? You feel that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, honey. We love you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, T.
Thanks, T.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
That was awesome. I have a question. Is there anything that we as a group and the viewers at home could do to help T feel better?
Well, you just did. You just did. And so we're all one. You know, we really are.
I mean, I was...
You teared up.
No,
yeah.
you could
could feel her
it.
pain.
I mean, if you can't feel it, you're freaking dead, I guess.
It's true. That was very deep. I could feel the warmness in the chest like tremendously right before you said that too.
Yeah, you could feel it like move in.
I feel it in my eyes.
It was like a pulse or something.
Yeah, well, he was like, I just seen him holding his head, when he shot himself in the head. And so from my vision, I can always see where they are. And it's not pretty. Never kill yourself. I mean, whatever goes on, do not kill yourself. That is the worst thing you can do. You'll stay earthbound. I think it's probably the closest thing you can do to go to hell, from here.
Wow.
And so I always see people up in heaven. But if you kill yourself, you stay earthbound, and that's the dimension where the demons pummel you. I mean, it is bad.
How does that thought process work in killing yourself? I've heard you talk about it.
Well, it's a crazy thing, when people commit suicide. It's a crazy thing because they think of it sort of like this, and sometimes it could be in a crazy rage, like this guy was fighting, with his girlfriend, but it can be like take a walk, have some coffee, whatever. Shoot yourself. I mean, you'll just and you'll think that's a practical thing to do, and then you don't even know really what happens. There's suicide demons. There's certain demons, and we'll put one up so you guys can see what a suicide demon looks like. I have a lot of illustrations of what demons actually look like. I can see them, so I had an artist draw what these demons look like. And there are suicide demons, and so many times in a private reading, or if I'm talking to somebody on the air and I look at someone who's having a problem, and if I see this suicide demon, I tell them, I say, hey, you got a suicide demon around you, let me get rid of this thing. And so that's the reason you want to clear your energy all the time, get rid of the demons, get rid of the dark energies. You don't want to find yourself in that space where you've got something like this, because that's a real serious demon that can actually talk you into doing things like this. And so we did this, we did Joe a lot of good then. So that's great.
Do suicide demons tend to run in people's families?
That's a great question, Travis, because a lot of times they do. And so I was talking to a priest. I was talking to a Catholic priest, and he was explaining how he had never seen so many suicides recently. And
when was this?
This was maybe a couple years ago, and he was explaining how he just seen a lot of suicides and several that had ran through people's family. And see, that's a demon that will actually run through a family.
Generational curse type thing?
It's not really generational curse. It's more like just a demon that gets tangled up in a family, and it'll just keep on going down the line. And so if anyone does, like as I cleared Joe and got him bright enough to where the angels could come and get him, I got rid of the suicide demon. So in my vision, and Jason, you may have saw this because you can see things when I do them a lot of times, but you probably saw black blobs flying all over the place.
Yeah, it looked like he was actually in some kind of black jungle.
Right, and like, just coming out.
Yeah.
And so I was just clearing all the dark energies and all the demons, suicide demons away from him. He had suicide demons, rage demons, and addictive demons. I saw several different things around him. So you don't want to let the demons get you. And so this is the reason that you want to meditate a little bit, clear your energy. You have angels, you have demons. It's really simple. There's two different ways you could go here.
What would you have told? How would you have told him to meditate? What would have been the process that you would have told him to do?
Well,
I mean, because
one thing I would say, don't get stoned, don't get drunk, don't stay drunk, don't stay stoned, don't be on any kind of substances that will Travis, don't get drunk. And so, but you don't want to like damage your energy by doing a drug. I mean, I call them the 5 Ds. It's really simple. one, drugs or alcohol. And if you have a cocktail, I don't think there's anything wrong. And there's some people that smoke pot these days, and some people can, some people can't. Some people can drink, some people can't. But I really believe that if you do drugs in excess, that it really damages your aura. And I see usually a person with a lot of dark energies and kind of holes in their aura, and if you got holes in your aura, that's like holes in your spirit. And so when I see these holes in a person's spirit, this is a problem, because the dark energies can get in and really do you damage. And so drugs can darken down your spirit. So can antidepressants. Antidepressants are drugs. Pain pills are drugs. Of course, heroin's drugs. You do a little heroin, for breakfast, that'll mess you up. And so, but you can do an illegal drug, or you could do a prescription drug. The demons don't care. It makes no difference.
Right. That makes sense, because all doing drugs and having bad habits kind of provoke the negativity, sort of.
Right. And so I call it one of the 5 Ds. Here's all the Ds. Let me tell you these. Okay. Drugs is one. Drama is the other, or you can be in denial. And so many times people are in denial of the truth, and so they're not on truth. And when you're not on your truth, that's when you have a hard time with. The next one would be demons, and that's when the demons really can have their way with you, when you're not on truth. And then of course you have doubt. That means a person will have no faith, or they get beat up so much that they just don't have any faith. And so, but those are the 5 Ds.
What do you say to someone that says demons don't exist? I mean, I believe in demons.
I would say, watch the show for a little while. You'll see some things happen.
All right.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Hey, Jay, what's our next call? Looks like we got all lines lit up there, hey?
Was that your Wisconsin? That's your Wisconsin accent? Hey?
Well, I'm from Minnesota, but that one slipped. All right.
Y'all? I'm from North Carolina, so y'all? Jason, y'all got any calls?
Hey, Jay, you got a call down there yonder somewhere?
Yonder. Well, we do. This one's kind of interesting. It's from Jessica in Minneapolis.
What's her question?
She says, my boyfriend Mike and I have been dating for at least 7 months now, and ever since we started living together, there's been numerous times of him waking up in the middle of the night, talking, sitting up in his sleep, and it really freaks me out. And lately, it's been happening a lot more than not.
I wonder what he says when he sits up.
Yeah. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, and he'll be twisted in some sort of way.
Contorted. Yeah, I've heard this. I've seen this before. Yeah, I've seen this.
I know this sounds like some sort of Exorcist movie, but this is my real life, and it's causing me not to sleep as well as I should. So I'm wondering if he's possessed or has some sort of demon that visits him. Please help me.
I'll be glad to. I see this a lot. Now, a lot of times, and even when I sleep, I don't exactly wake up all contorted up, but sometimes you'll go through nights where you wake up, and you wake up kind of freaked out and startled. Do you do that sometimes?
Oh yeah. Some nights it gets really weird.
Yeah, and you can see spiritually what's after you, which is worse. If you see spiritually, I don't know. Sometimes I'd rather be you, Travis, because I'm like, wow, that's a weird looking thing.
No, you won't.
Yeah. But I can get rid of the dark energies, and so usually if a demon wakes me up at night, he's sorry about that. I'm like, hey, wrong dude here, you know. And so I actually just use my spiritual gifts that I get from God, and I whack the demon, get rid of it, and then I go back to sleep. And so it's not a big deal. I actually have a lot of friends that will call me in the middle of the night from all over the world, and they'll call me and they'll go, Garrett, I don't know what this is. Something's
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
They don't let you sleep.
They don't let me sleep. They're like, something's in my room, or they'll be able to, see these or feel something, but I can get rid of the dark energies, and then they can go back to sleep.
I can feel it. I just don't know where the heck it's coming from.
Well, there's many dimensions that exist, and when you're asleep, sometimes you're really vulnerable to this. So that's the reason you want to get spiritual gifts, which I'll show you how to do. Stay tuned. We're gonna show you guys how to get some spiritual gifts and clear yourself, and also create a protection around you so you sleep good.
So
important.
In teaching all these people, everyone's got a different level of ability. Just kind of like in sports. Some people might be able to see, some people might just be able to feel, and some people like you can do all of it. So what do you say to the people that can't do everything so they don't get frustrated? Because
I think
I get frustrated sometimes.
I think everybody has a certain spiritual gift or gifts, and everybody can become more gifted. All you have to do is give it some energy, give it some time, and you have
Practice.
to practice. You have to meditate a little bit. You have to talk to God. You have to talk to your angels. And if you meditate, center yourself. And we'll show you how to do that on the show. We're going to do meditations on every single show, because the keys to the kingdom really here is just to meditate. And then you're going to be able to see in a lot of these other dimensions, feel in these other dimensions. Or if you're not interested in that, some people don't care about that. They simply just want to clear their own physical body where they feel good. And so we'll teach you how to do that.
Hey, you know what I was going to say? You know what helps with that for people who can't do everything like you do? It's sharing with other people, like meditating with somebody else, because they could see what,
like groups.
Well,
friends.
Like friends and things like that.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
You know, when I first started, I was psychic from a child, but really,
That must have been weird.
It was a little bit weird being a psychic kid growing up in North Carolina, where there wasn't such a thing as a psychic.
Because you're seeing things that you haven't even.
Right.
You don't have the life experience to understand what you're seeing.
No, but I would tell my parents things, and they would go, "Wow, that really happened," And but growing up in North Carolina, it was like that. But when I found myself, later in life, and I met Dean, who works with us, Dean Heimel, and Dean could see spiritually as well. So I see that, and he'd go, "Yeah, I see that too," much like you do, Jason.
Dean wrote. He's your
co-author on the book.
Yeah.
And we're actually Dean and I are working on a new book together. And,
what's the name of that?
Well, it's a little bit of a surprise, but it's going to be a great book, and it's coming out really soon. So I'll tell you, that's another show. But the book, Secrets from God, Your Keys to Heaven, explains the 10 dimensions. It's very important to understand these 10 dimensions, because if you understand these 10 dimensions, you can really unlock all your dimensions. Everybody has 10 dimensions. It actually correlates, and once we figure this out, and I probably never would have figured this out without Dean, because he can see spiritually. I could see something, and then he would see it, and then we would compare notes on what he could see. And then, of course, Niels still works with us, and Niels could see as well. And so I've always been really lucky to have people around me that could, see spiritually or feel spiritually.
How do they order your book if they...
GarySpivey.com.
Got it.
Yeah.
Your Keys to Heaven.
Your Keys to Heaven.
Yeah, that's a great book. It helped me through some hard times before I met you guys. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I would practice some of the stuff in there. And
did it work?
Yeah, my day was like magic sometimes.
That's what
But if I didn't do it, it was...
Not like magic.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it really does work. If you actually clear your 10 dimensions every day, it's like magic. You feel really good.
All right, let's take the next caller.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, Jessica. This is Jason with the Tapping In with Gary Spivey show.
Hi.
Hi. We have Gary Spivey on the line here to answer your question about your boyfriend, Mike, and how he's been waking up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Hey, darling, how are you?
Good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. And so tell us what's going on with your boyfriend. And so he's waking up in the middle of the night, and he's saying things, and he's all contorted. What kind of things is he saying? What's going on?
As a dream when he wakes up, I'm usually like in a deep sleep, but I'm getting used to it now. But I can't really understand some of the things that he says half the time.
Wow.
And a lot of the times I find him sitting up in bed or like twisting his body. I don't know if he's like acting out dreams or something. When I tell him the next day about what happened, he doesn't remember anything.
Okay, so he don't even remember what's going on. He just does these things, right? And so, okay, let me look and see. Well, I do see a dark energy around him, and sometimes he also makes a funny noise with his throat, like he's choking or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. And so I can actually tap into what's going on. I can get rid of the dark energies that I see around him that are keeping him awake, or not waking him up. He actually don't wake up. That are keeping you awake, I guess I should say, right?
Yeah.
And so there, I just cleared what I saw around him. Now, there we go. I'm just seeing some old traumas that it looks like, I don't know if he moved or they changed his room or something, but it looks like there was something that happened about between 10 and 11. Okay? 10, 11, 12. You want me to get rid of this trauma? You want to keep it?
I think you should get rid of it.
Oh, okay. Does he want to get rid of it or does he want to keep it?
He said get rid of it.
Okay. All right, there we go. I just did. Notice how your feet are warm? Both of your feet are warm. They're a little tingly. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Weird, right?
I can feel it.
You can feel it too?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, everybody, so you can empath it. I just got rid of his trauma, so I think he'll be a lot better now, okay? Did his feet get warm? Could he feel it or not?
Yeah, his feet are warm.
And
My feet are...
And he could feel it, and I have a feeling he's a skeptic. You a skeptic?
Yeah, he is.
He is, and his feet got warm.
Let's talk to him.
Yeah, what happens? What happens when a skeptic's feet get warm? And I tell you, your feet are gonna. How does that work in your? How do you feel then?
He doesn't know.
You don't know. He's never been unskeptic. So here you are. Now you're not a skeptic. I hope. So there we are.
He's lost for words.
There we go. Anyway, well, good luck with those times, and I think you'll feel a whole lot better. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Well, there we are.
There we go.
Yeah, it's. I think it must be really weird for someone to be. I've never been skeptical, but I guess maybe in some ways I'm a little skeptical of things, but I see so many things that who am I to say what's not or what is? But what does that feel like for a person who would just be a skeptic that don't believe in anything much, probably? To have something occur spiritually, and you
probably
can
freaked his ass out.
and you can feel,
they felt the tingles right away.
You
so
can feel these sensations, but I mean, I pulled so many traumas out of him because he was scared to death. There was a terrible fear thing at about 10. His room got changed around, his bed got changed around. Maybe somebody didn't sleep in the same room as him. I don't know. Something freaked him out at about 10 or 11. And I cleared that trauma, and when I did, I seen all this light rush into him, and that's the reason he could feel his feet warm. It made my feet warm. You guys' feet even got warm.
Yeah,
and hers did too.
That was something.
Yeah, but see, he and a lot of you guys at home, you'll feel that sensation when I do it, and so you'll actually feel the same
So when
thing.
people listen to this show, as you heal people, they get healed.
It works like that. Yeah, and so anytime you feel a sensation of light or healing or warmth, that means that someone got healed, and if you're a part of that, if they got healed and you feel the sensation, that means you got healed too. That's how it works.
Does that go into the theory that you always hear about, commonly spoken about, which is we're all connected? Like, people say that, but it's so general. How are we all connected?
Well, we're all one. I mean, we're all one in spite of our being skeptics or being believers or being whatever we are. And so that's the sad thing. And so there's so many different. I think the demons have done a pretty good job at really allowing people. Or making people think that we're not one. We're not one because of whatever our differences are, our religions, our race, whatever, hair color, or whatever hairdos. And so, but
how did you come up with the hair color?
Well, never mind. That's another story. That's another show. We'll do that. That's another show. How'd you come up with yours? Look at him. Who's he tall, right?
God gave it to me.
Yeah, look at you.
Well, he gave you an Elvis wig?
Me too.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Back up. All right.
It's all right.
Anyway, well, it's getting crazy here and deep. So we'll be right back right after this.
Hey guys, here's a video that I stumbled upon online that had a really great message. With all the controversy in the news these days regarding race, religion, people's personal beliefs, whatever they may be, I wanted to share its message with you. It currently has over 50 million views. I hope you enjoy it.
My heart doesn't see race.
Love has no age limit.
That's my best friend.
We are neighbors and best friends.
We all have different religions, but we have universal love as well.
I love my sister.
Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
It's that time of year again. Time for Gary Spivey's North Carolina Spiritual Retreat at his home and spiritual retreat center and gardens. This experience will change your life forever. Sign up at GarySpivey.com or just call 1-800-827-4279 to reserve your spot now before it's all sold out. Coming up later in the show.
I want to take you on an adventure to a very magical place where I go to and meditate. Now, we're on board the Infinity, which is one of the places that I call home. Infinity means infinite possibilities. And so we're on the Infinity and we're headed out into the Gulf of Mexico to one of the vortexes that I've discovered, which brings in amazing light. So when I need to charge my batteries, I'm on the Infinity, I'm taking off, and we're going out in the Gulf of Mexico to meditate.
Now, back to Tapping In with Gary Spivey.
Welcome back to Tapping In with Gary Spivey, my co-host Jason Marty and Travis Mead.
Yo,
what up? And so, and you guys are really fun to do a show with because you have such interesting outlooks on life. You look at everything basically through the eyes of a partier, and Jason is
it's fun though. It's a good time.
What? And Jason's very analytical and kind of thinks, so the deep thinker.
Yeah, he thinks too much.
What's too much? How do you think too much?
I just play it like a chess game, Right. I try to see it coming down the pipes.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
I don't think enough.
But that's why it's fun to hang out with you.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't think at all. Maybe I should be more like him.
Yeah.
So lighten up a little.
You guys are like a nice balance. That's what it is. It's a nice balance. Well, anyway, welcome back to the Gary Spivey Show here, Tapping In with Gary Spivey. And we're taking your calls. We're taking your emails. How does somebody email us a question? Because we'll check these out.
Yeah, they could just go to your website, GarySpivey.com, and there's a question form right there on the front page.
Oh, great. Okay. And you can also tweet me. And how do you tweet me?
You could tweet Gary at Gary Spivey. That's his name, at Gary Spivey. Also on Instagram, at Gary Spivey. And on Facebook.com/Gary Spivey.
Well put, Jason. Well put.
Yeah, see, I asked Jason to do that because he could remember all that. And so you would have forgot something. Halfway through, you would have been like, well, I've never really tweeted him. I don't know. Let's take an email.
Okay, Gary, we have Wendy from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and says, I've been suffering from depression and anxiety almost my entire life. Do I have demons surrounding me? I've heard you're doing readings on KDWB and wonder if there is a way to remove them.
I really, I'm always wanting to write a book a day, but one of the books that when I sit around in my ancient old age and write books, one of the books I want to write is just depression is in your head. And it's just dark energy in your head. That's what depression is. And spiritually, if you can get rid of the dark energy in a person's head, they actually will lose the depression instantly. And so it's really pretty amazing. And then if you can teach them how to meditate and how to do it, which is easy for me to teach you guys how to do, you'll keep it away. And so.
All right. Well, let's give Wendy a call.
Hello?
Hi, Wendy. How are you? This is Travis from Tapping In with Gary Spivey.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I have Gary on the line. Gary, this is Wendy from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and she's been suffering from depression and anxiety and was looking for some help.
Oh, good. Okay. Hey, Wendy, how are you?
Hi, Gary. I'm good.
Good. I'm so glad to talk to you. And so when I look at you now you've had anxiety and depression, you said most of your life?
Right. Since I've been, the earliest I remember is about 9 years old, and I'm getting close to 40.
Oh, look at you. Okay, well, you have a very young vibration, and of course 40 is young. And so, but let me get rid of what I see, and then I'll go into, I can see people's, whatever's going on health-wise, and I can see what's happening with that as well, okay? And
That'd be great.
Okay, when I look at you, Wendy, you're a very kind person. When I look at you, though, your thyroid is a little dark. Have you ever had your thyroid checked?
I did not too long ago, and it was normal, I guess. So.
But you have symptomatic thyroid conditions, right?
Right, very tired.
Right.
Of course, that's kind of the story of my life.
Okay, well, here's what I see. When I look at your thyroid, I can run a time study in my head. I know that sounds crazy, but I can actually look at your thyroid and go, what's it doing this month? What's it doing next month? What's it doing the following month? You see? And when I look at your thyroid's going up and down a little bit like a yo-yo, okay? And so you'll notice you'll feel really pretty good one month and really lousy the next, and really kind of good and then really kind of lousy. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's sort of like a cycle kind of thing. Well, this is because it has to do with your cycle. Did you have a cyst on one ovary, issue with one ovary?
I have not to my knowledge.
Okay, because I'm just seeing one ovary is actually kicking hormonally, and one ovary is not, and that's causing an imbalance where your thyroid is sort of a galloping thyroid. 1 month it's okay, 1 month it's not. 1 month it's okay, 1 month it's not. And so that's what I see. Interesting, right?
Okay.
And so
it is interesting.
And it kind of keeps you in sort of like a roller coaster ride that you've been on for your life, I guess, right?
Right.
Okay. I think that if you went to an endocrinologist or a really clever gynecologist, they would understand what's going on with you and be able to balance you out. And so, but I feel like that's kind of what's going on. But I can get rid of the dark energies, and that'll probably help a lot as well, okay? And so, and certainly with
you seeing dark energies?
I am. When I look around your head, you sound so lovely, but when I look around your head, you have the type of energy it looks like a box on your head. It looks like a black box in the spiritual dimension. And when I see that lets me know that you have anger. And so you sort of have anger, right?
I do, actually, and I don't even really know why. Exactly.
Yeah, because you're sweet. Yeah, I mean, you sound very sweet when I'm talking to you, but yet when I see this means you could throw one little hissy fit if you wanted to, right? So,
I could, yeah.
And so, well, don't throw a hissy fit. If you do, throw it on Travis, okay?
I won't.
All right.
I won't.
And so here we go now.
Does thyroid have anything to do with blood pressure as well? Because suddenly my blood pressure has increased as well. And I don't know if that's just anxiety.
Well, thyroid can control a lot of things, body metabolism, on and on and on. And so, but here, let me just I'm going to clear your head, okay? And so there, I used a certain spiritual gift I have, and if you see me waving my hand around, I'm actually cutting all this dark energy off of your head. And when I did, I actually saw sort of a snake entity I'm pulling off of you. Snake entities are illness entities. You also have a very tight jaw. You have TMJ on one side. Do you know that?
I have been experiencing pain on my left side of my jaw. I thought I was clenching my jaw.
Yeah,
so.
well, that comes from clenching, but you have a TMJ disorder, and this particular disorder is also causing a little inner ear thing, making you dizzy sometimes. You've been dizzy?
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's coming from
once in a while.
Yeah, coming from your TMJ. You need to go to the dentist. They'll give you a little mouthpiece to wear, and that'll help you, okay? And you wear it when you sleep, and that'll kind of line things back. And so I just cleared everything. I cleared your thyroid then, and so notice you started to feel warm all over right now. Feel that feeling?
Yes.
Nice, right?
I do. Yeah, I'm hoping it just goes away.
Yeah, well, it did. I just waved it away. And now there's a couple of other dark energies in your lower back, and that hurts, huh?
Yes, I've been going to the chiropractor with that.
Right.
Yep, since I had my daughter. Yep.
Right. I'm going to get rid of it, okay?
Awesome.
There we go. There we
You
go.
rule.
There we go. Thank you. Anyway, there. Now look, see, now your lower back's a little warm. Feels better, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so I just cleared the dark energies in your physical body, and that's going to make you feel a whole lot better. Now, when I look at you, you have a black hole spiraling in your chest around your thyroid, okay? And so this will create anxiety. You know how sometimes you feel like that kind of feeling?
I've been having terrible panic attacks.
Oh, my God. Okay. And so there's such a thing as panic attack demons. And so that is, and they are, it kind of occurs through this little black hole I'm seeing here. I'm going to get rid of that, okay? And so there we go. I just fixed it. And I just got rid of the panic attack demons, and then I got rid of all the other demons in all of your dimensions everywhere. You're going to feel really warm here in a second. Okay, and there we go. Now look how warm you're feeling. How's that feel?
Oh, great, Gary. You're awesome.
You see? And now your sinus is open. Feel that?
Yeah, actually.
Weird, right?
Yeah, Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah. So when you get rid of dark energies, people feel the sensations. And again, I'm sitting in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm on my boat today in the Infinity in the Gulf of Mexico.
I wish I was there.
I wish you were here. I wish you were here too. Now that I cleared your energy, you're not mad. So I mean, you'd be great to be around.
Oh, I'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, honey, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you feel a lot better. But you do feel better right now, right?
I do. Thank you so much, Gary. I really enjoy listening to you here in Minneapolis.
Oh, good. Well, keep listening. Dave Ryan in the morning. I'd love it.
Oh, I every morning on my way to work, and then when I'm at work.
On
So,
KDWB.
I love those guys,
I think, I'm trying to think. I think I've been on the Dave Ryan show for 15 or 16 years, something like that. So been around for a long time.
Oh, my gosh, I tune in every time, but never can get in, and that's okay. So I really appreciate your help.
Well, I am so glad to help you, and I look forward to seeing you. You'll have to come to one of our seminars. I'm actually going to be up in Minnesota. I'm doing a seminar really soon, so check it out on GarySpivey.com. And also check in look at Tapping In at GarySpivey.com. Okay?
Awesome. I just bought your book. Thanks, Gary.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Thanks,
Take care.
Wendy, and
Yep,
thanks for being
bye-bye.
part of the show.
All right, Wendy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
She's all chipper now. See, she felt great.
Yeah, you got her laughing and
Yeah,
everything.
feeling better. She was angry. Oh my God, you know, and you never know. And see, I mean, she sounded so positive. She actually sounded more positive than any of the callers we talked to all day. And she was angry. She had an anger energy that had engulfed her, creating this depression. So
how does that happen?
Well, anger is the worst form of, it's a derivative of fear, like greed or jealousy or that kind of thing. And but anger is the worst energy. It's the worst derivative of fear.
You run your luck off, right?
You run off everything. And so with her, and you actually will darken yourself down. And the reason you darken yourself down is so you can't project this anger to other people. But I just cleared the anger off of her head, and it looked like a black volcanic rock kind of energy. It looked like a stone, a black stone on her head in the spiritual dimension. And when I cleared it, all of a sudden she's like, oh my God, I can breathe. I feel good. My chest is better, you know. And so, and you don't want all these dark energies. These dark energies will make you depressed, will make you have anxiety.
Well, I would have never picked up on her being angry at all.
You would never
ever.
pick up.
That's pretty
positive,
good.
as positive as she sounded.
I
right?
didn't even pick up on it, so I guess I'm asleep.
No way.
No, but she didn't sound angry, and nobody would guess it. But she had the energy of that, and see, I would recognize that when I look at her.
Gary, our phone lines are blown up, so we got to take the next caller.
Okay, all right. Hey guys, if you want a private reading with me in person, just me and you can call me up at 800-827-GARY and schedule some time, and I'll talk to you about all your problems.
Hey guys, again, don't forget to sign up for Gary Spivey's 2015 North Carolina retreat, just a little over a month away, June 11th through the 15th. Go to GarySpivey.com or call 1-800-827-4279. Again, that's GarySpivey.com or call 1-800-827-4279.
All right, so we have Crystal from Vegas, and she's having problems with her daughter, who she thinks is bipolar.
Okay.
And she's asking us, how can I help clear my daughter's energy to help her fight bipolar depression?
Okay.
She's just been put on meds to help, and she wants help. She could use some extra TLC to help save her from herself. So
okay, well, let's try to help her. Let's try to help her.
Yeah, so let's call Crystal.
All right.
How old's her daughter?
Doesn't say, Trev.
All right.
You're terrible. You're just terrible. You know, they're calling in for help, and you're going, really?
I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, yeah.
God,
all right, let's
you
call
guys
Crystal.
are twisted.
I think we're profiling Travis. Yeah. Yeah, we got to stop.
It's easy to do.
It's not even in my consciousness what you just said.
You're right.
Hello.
Hi, Crystal. This is Jason with the Tapping In with Gary Spivey show.
Yeah.
Hi, we have Gary Spivey on the line here to talk to you about helping your daughter out with what she's been going through.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Hey.
Love some extra insight. Hi, Gary.
How are you? How you doing?
Hanging in there best as I can.
Oh, good, girl. Good. And so now tell me what's going on with your daughter. Make me understand it, okay?
Okay. So, 14-year-old teenage girl. She's a real introvert, real brainy type. Doesn't have a whole lot of friends, and depression has sat in for the last year, and now we're looking at bipolar depression. And, I'm just concerned about energy, like she's too stagnant. I feel certain times I feel like there's definitely some darker energy in the house. You know, you
Right.
see shadows once in a while, and
Well, that would do
you know,
it. Yeah, well, see, the shadow, what happens is, when you see those shadows, and everybody, don't see shadows. And so, but the fact that you can see the shadows and she can see them really clear is what I see.
So she can get rid of it.
Well, a lot of times what happens is if people can see the dark energies, you can actually get rid of the dark energies. Absolutely. They will try to darken her down where she's no threat to them. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what they're doing. I have to move really fast with her. I see some dark energies I got to get rid of really quick. And so, and if you saw me in person, I'm like waving my hands around and I'm pulling all these dark energies off of her. She looks like she's got ropes tying her up. She's all bound up inside of herself, sort of, right?
Yeah,
and
that's what she is. She's so conflicted. She's so, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just cleared what I saw that was around her, and and I see a real dark energy above her head that looks like a dark husk of energy. I cleared that, and then I see her focused. I see her focused on her feet. How's her feet? Does she? I don't know if she's doing. What she's doing, if she's getting a pedicure and new shoes. What's going on with her feet?
She likes to go for walks to help kind of clear her head is her thing.
All right, well, now I think she wants new shoes. Sometimes silly little things help her, and she's maybe not one to ask for too many things. But
she isn't.
but it feels like to me she wants new shoes. Ask her if she wants a new pair of shoes. And so, but I'm getting a vision of her. She wants pretty shoes, Nikes.
She loves Nikes.
Nikes. She's a shoe Nike freak. Okay, so you got to go to the shoe store. I mean, I know that sounds really silly, but it seems like it makes her feel better. I cleared a dark energy that was in her head. I cleared a dark energy that was on her heart. She got upset with a friend a while back. She felt like she lost a friend, and that freaked her out. Do you know about that?
Yeah, she doesn't have a big circle of friends,
right.
And the ones she has, they don't seem to be very connected.
Okay, well, this really freaked her out, and I see she had a real problem with that a couple of months ago, and that set her into a tailspin, maybe two and a half months ago. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can pick up on that.
Well, ask her about that, but I see that really was a trauma for her, but I cleared a bunch of the traumas off of her. I think she's going to feel a whole lot better. Be a little careful of the medication. I see the doctor's willing to even add one. I don't know about all that. I can't prescribe medicine or take it away, either one. I'm not a doctor. But be a little bit careful because she has a very sensitive system, and some of the meds may really, really kind of, do more harm than good. So
yeah, we just had to fix that. We had to take her inpatient because the meds made her want to kill herself.
Well, there we go. Wow. See what I'm saying?
So we just fixed those last week.
Well, you got to be a little careful of those and hold her hand real tight. And so when I looked around her, though, at this time, I don't see suicide demons around her, but those particular meds, I didn't want to go there and alarm you too much, but that's what sometimes meds will do. And and so basically it sedates her to where she's not really able to get a hold of her spiritual gifts. If she meditates a little bit, I believe that's going to solve all of her issues in life. I really do. I think if she meditated, she would feel a whole lot better. But I just cleared all the darkness off of her, and now I cleared all the darkness out of your house. Look how warm you feel right there.
Yeah.
Feel that?
I was trying to sage the house.
And if you notice, you'll feel a little warmer right now. So I cleared everything off of you. And so,
thank you.
Good luck, honey.
Need it.
Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah, let us know how she's feeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for
Appreciate
being
it.
a part of the show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, Jason, we got a bunch of Facebook questions. What do we got here?
All right, Gary, we have a Facebook question from Lori, and
Okay.
she's asking, my son won't stop growling at home and at school, and now the teachers are sending me messages telling me that he hears voices in his head that scare him. I don't know what else to do for him. He just turned 6, and I really need your help.
Okay, well, I hear this over and over again. I work with a lot of spiritually gifted kids, and they're gonna hear things. They're gonna see things. They're gonna know things, and they're gonna feel things. And so this is a normal thing. When I was a child, I could see things and know things, hear things, feel things. I didn't have a lot of fear. And so because I didn't have a lot of fear, I wasn't afraid of what I saw. I'd be like, really? What's that little black-looking thing growling at me? Well, I could see demons. I could see angels. And I realized I didn't want to hang out on the demon channel. I wanted to go up a little higher.
How did you not have fear being such a young kid?
I just wasn't afraid. I don't know. It just
really rare.
Sometimes people just are who they are. And so I really didn't have a lot of fears as a child or as an adult, really. And so fear is demon fuel. And so if you fear things, then that kind of turns up the volume on how the dark energies can attack you. And so it's really sad when you got a little 6-year-old and he's hearing things in his head. And so, but I can clear the demons around him. He has rage demons around him, and he also had a cutting demon around him, which would let me know he kind of has a fixation on wanting to stab something or stick something. And so I just cleared all of that off. Good. Well, it can't be good, no. And so the last time I cleared this off of a 6-year-old, same thing. I remember I did this in Indianapolis. There was a lady I was working with, her 6-year-old, and she had this particular.
Stabbing the teachers or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, remember. Yeah, remember this. And so, but it was a situation where the child had actually stabbed the teacher with a pencil, and so.
And I think you told me also the pillow. He would stab his pillows with a knife or something crazy.
Right. And so, but it these demons or dark energies will actually tell these poor kids to do these crazy things, but I just cleared what I saw, and so hopefully that helps. Let us know.
When you get rid of a demon like that, does it come back? What does this poor 6-year-old do to?
Well, you can't really say does it do this or does it do that. Every person is different. Every case is different. Sometimes you get rid of the demons, they never come back. Sometimes they do. It depends on many times their environment, a lot of different things, the habits that whatever the child's going through. So it really depends.
The biggest support system at this point would be the parents. So how would you tell the parents to support the child in this case?
This is a situation where parents need to learn to meditate, ask God for spiritual gifts to clear dark energies with.
So read your book.
Read my book, Secrets from God, Your Keys to Heaven. You can get it at GarySpivey.com, but it'll actually explain to you how to do all that, as well as you can just watch the show. Watch Tapping In with me, Gary Spivey, and I'll show you guys how to get rid of your own demons. That's what we're doing here.
Right. Would this kid be possibly gifted if he could hear voices in his head?
Very gifted. If you can hear demons, you can hear angels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it works both ways.
Oh, yeah. No, if you can hear, you can hear.
Dark side, you can hear the light side.
You can hear, you can hear. You can see, you can see. And so you're going to see demons. You're going to see earthbound spirits. You're going to see all this scary stuff, but you can also see angels. And so if he meditated a little bit, he would float to a higher vibration where he would only see angels, not demons. And so the key to this is to teach your children to meditate. And if you're religious, you could teach your children to meditate / pray. It's the same thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for that question. And if anyone else wants to send a question to Tapping In with Gary Spivey, Jason, how do they do that?
Oh, they could just Facebook us at facebook.com/Gary Spivey, Twitter @Gary Spivey, Instagram @Gary Spivey, and of course the questions form at GarySpivey.com. Right there on the front page.
Great.
Hey guys, this is Travis here. After working for Gary for almost a decade, I've come to realize the vast amount of spiritual information that Gary has stored in his head, as well as new information he receives in meditation every day. So, the Gary Spivey team just recently sat down to figure out how we can get all these spiritual secrets to you. Well, we figured it out. It's the Gary Spivey Private Library, and it's coming soon. There you'll have exclusive access to all the archive video podcasts to watch whenever you want, the ability to download the audio to your phone or iPod, Gary Spivey's daily spiritual secrets, multiple weekly and video audio meditations, access to join Gary's weekly mass energy clearing. All of you can learn to meditate and clear your energy just like Gary. Because the spiritual dimensions are changing around so fast these days, it's become almost impossible to put all the current information in just one book. That's why Gary created a new online book exclusive to his private library. It's called Chapters from God, a spiritual book that never ends. This is a new way that Gary and co-author of Gary's first book, Secrets from God, Your Keys to Heaven, Dean Hymo, feel they can get you the most current information, releasing 1 to 2 new chapters every month. You'll also get special discounts to all Gary's events around the country. This is just some of the many things that will be available to you in Gary's constantly growing private library. Pre-order access to Gary's private library now for special discounts. All right, I have Tamra that emailed in from Los Angeles, California. It says, "Good morning, Gary. I feel other people's emotions and I'm easily affected by other people's energy. I can walk into a room or be at a coffee shop and I will..."
Well, she's an empath.
Yeah, she's an empathic. Sounds like it. And I will zero in on someone, and usually I will feel an intense feeling of sadness or despair come over me, and I just want to help them. I felt this way a very long time, and I don't know what to do with these feelings.
Well, this is a perfect, and I would love to even call her up and have her on the show and talk to her, and make her really understand what she's doing. Here's something that I figured out a long time ago, because I really, see my angels, talk to God, and a message I got from God one time when I was in meditation was, if you can feel it, that means if you can empath it, like she's empathing things, if she can feel it, she can fix it. That means she has the spiritual ability to fix it. And if she don't fix it, she gets it. So if you can feel it, you can fix it. If you don't fix it, you get it.
So if you walked into a coffee shop, you would do the same thing she does.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like if I feel some intense feeling from someone from across the room, chances are I'd walk over and go, "How you doing?" And I would probably clear whatever was on them that was messing with them.
It's totally you. Yeah.
Totally me. I'd just fix them, and then they would be laughing and smiling and going, "Wow, I really like you," Yeah. And so because people feel really good when they're healed, and so but she has a tremendous gift of healing, obviously, because that's exactly the way it works. And so I would say embrace your spiritual gifts, ask God for more gifts, ask your angels for more gifts, and as you get more gifts, you'll find you'll be able to really do this better and better and fine hone your skills. I'd love to have her on the show. We'll have to talk to her, have to call her up.
All right.
Okay.
That'd be great.
We'll do that.
Sounds good.
Okay, Gary, we have another email from GarySpivey.com, and it's
Okay.
about one of your passionate subjects that you're passionate about, which would be autistic kids. Yeah, gifted kids, yeah.
Well, I would say more passionate about autistic children and gifted children than any other thing I do. And
why is that?
Well, a few years ago, I mean, this more than a few years ago. This was back in the 90s. I was in California, and I was seeing people in my office there, and this lady brought in 2 autistic children. She had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and she was a Hispanic lady. She said, "Please make my babies talk. They don't talk. They never said a word. Make my babies talk." And of course I feel like crying. I'm so empathic with children, and so I thought, I don't know how to do what she's asking me to do. She
Were you a little nervous, or?
I totally was freaked out because I knew I had no clue as to how to fix what she had going. I said, please, angels, please God, give me the spiritual gifts to work with these kids, and I get teary when I talk about it. I heard look above his head, and I looked above his head, and I seen him up there smiling and laughing and sort of making a face at me, and I went, look up, and I said, in my spiritual head and my mind's eye, I said, "Can you hear me?" And he said, "Yeah," and
Wow.
I said, "Can you come down here and say hello to your mom? Your mom would love it if you talked." And he went, "I can't get in my body. Look at it." And I looked in his body, and his body was incredibly dark. And so I cleared the darkness off, and I said, "Can you get in now?" He said, I don't know. I think. And so he said, "I'll try." And so he got in his body, and he looked up and he said, "I love you, Mama."
Wow.
Right.
Yeah,
that was freaky
crazy.
for me. I still get teary-eyed when I think about it. And then she said, "Oh my God, fix the other one." And she was like, "Hannah, fix the other one," And so when she went fix the other one, I thought, "Oh boy, here we go, round 2." And so really I get teary. And so then when I worked on the other 2-year-old, I did the same process, and he looked up and he said, "Hi."
Wow.
I was like, wow.
That opened up a new door.
That opened up
very
something.
deep.
And so I've worked with a lot of autistic children, and many autistic children that they never spoke, and I got them talking, and I think there's nothing bigger.
That's something you like to do.
I love it. Well, I see. You see the results, and everybody else can't crack the riddle, and so I can see where it is and what the problem is. And
what do you see autistic being? I mean, that's
autistic is these little guys are out there clearing the dark energies out in the cosmos, because us regular people, are normal people, if you want to call us that, or people that are so lazy they don't meditate and clear the energy, and so these little autistic kids are clearing our energy for us. And so if we would clear the energy around the planet, there wouldn't be such a need for so many autistic kids that are doing that for us.
So that's why
they're doing a job for God.
And that's why they look like they're somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with many autistic children. I worked with one little autistic boy, and he was funny. I go, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm stopping up black holes." And I went, he's a little kind of Poindexter, and I said, "Oh." And he says, "Why don't you help?" And I go, well, okay. And so I started helping him stop up these black holes. And I go, well, why are you doing that? He goes, you're not that stupid. And so he was a little cocky in the spiritual dimension, you know. And then I said, well, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm stopping the black holes up so they don't get out of hand and eat the earth. And I'm like, oh, great idea, you know. And so I helped him like stop up some black holes. And then I said, can you get in your body? Same thing. My body's too dark. And I cleared it. And I said, will you get in? He got in. And he looked. He started talking to his mother just that quick. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy that a piece of them has that much intellect.
Oh my God!
It sounds like you were talking to a genius.
Well, I was talking to a spiritual genius, and then many times when they do get to where they can get in their body, their spirit can get in their body. They actually are very, if not a genius, certainly a genius or savant. Yeah, they're able to go into all kinds of things. You know. So
wow,
great. Well, let's get to the question. You haven't answered the question.
Oh God, I got all teary.
Yeah. This is from Jill. And she writes to you, hi, Gary. First, let me say I just adore you and thank you for all you do.
I adore you.
I have a 3.5-year-old son who's nonverbal. He has Down syndrome and was recently diagnosed with autism. We are struggling with his new diagnosis and trying to come to terms with what that means. My son, Benet, is in therapy so he can learn how to do things like eat, talk, and be independent. Cognitively, doctors told us that he is at a 9-month level. Gary, we feel like failures as parents. We question everything we do, and we don't know if anything is helping.
Well, you know, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get her on the show, and in the next week or two, we're going to have her on the show, and I'm going to show her how to work with her son, and how she can help, and so she don't feel like a failure.
And this will show other people that might have this issue how to do the same
absolutely.
thing.
And so we're going to try to get in touch with her and have her on the show.
All right, well, great. This is, I think it's time for you to wrap the show up and give us your last word, Gary.
Oh, our last word. Well, the last word is, you know what? I love you guys. That's the last word. I appreciate you being here, tapping in with Psychic Gary Spivey, Travis Mead, Jason Marty. We thank you a lot. We love you a lot. And thank you for following us around. And check us out on all the social medias, which are
Facebook.com/Gary Spivey, Twitter.com/Gary Spivey, or at Gary Spivey, and on Instagram at Gary Spivey.
Or you can always call me at 1-800-TAP-GARY, 1-800-827-GARY. I love you guys.
Previously in the week, Gary took the Infinity out for a meditation cruise to one of his favorite vortexes in the Gulf of Mexico. Welcome to part 2 of Tapping In with Gary Spivey, Meditating in the Gulf.
As we move closer into place here, my sinus is open, so that lets me know that you guys that are watching this, your sinuses are opening, and so I can feel all you guys, and so you'll feel warmth going all the way down. So I want you to imagine, this is meditation. This is what meditation is. Imagine this beautiful white light energy going all the way down from the top of your head all the way to your toes, and now imagine it going around the earth. And now imagine yourself floating higher and floating higher and floating higher. And now God wants to give you guys a brand new spirit. In my head, I heard God wants to give everyone a brand new spirit. See, sometimes you can wear your spirit out. Your spirit gets beat up from your week or your life or whatever's going on. So just ask God for a brand new spirit. Say, God, give me a brand new spirit, please. Say it out loud.
God, give me a brand new spirit, please.
Say it.
God, give me a brand new spirit, please.
There you go. God, give me a brand new spirit, please. There we are. Okay, now my face got hot and my feet got really hot. What did you feel?
My cheeks, because I'm like a chipmunk.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same thing in the cheeks or something.
Right? Okay. There we go now. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now, with being where we are, what's going to happen? You guys are going to feel this amazing light energy that is going to just move into your body. Imagine this beautiful white light spiral going clockwise around the top of your head if you're looking down at the top of your head from the sky. And that's just going to go around and around you, and clearing you and getting rid of all the dark energies and throwing all the dark energies out of you. Now then, your heaven on earth dimension is a ball of golden light that is now moved into that white spiral. Take that ball of golden light that if you've got your eyes closed, you'll be able to see. And I want you to put that ball of golden light right in the center. Put it right in the center of that white light. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Now, what did you feel when that happened, Jason? What did it feel like?
Felt like a surge of energy in my chest.
I felt the same thing.
Perfect. Perfect. And so now what I want you to do, now you've achieved this heaven on earth vibration. Now in this vibration, this is a vibration where you can manifest anything you want. You want to tell God, dear God, I would like to have abundance. Dear God, I would like to have a soulmate. Dear God, I would like to have peace. I would like to have sanity. Dear God, I would like to have health. I mean, whatever it is you want to have, you want to realize that you can get it. And so that's how you manifest things. But in this energy field we're in now, things really happen. Now, about the time you get your heaven going really good, something usually comes along and messes it up. So you need this protection to keep your heaven in place. And so now this is a cool spiritual gift I only got 2 weeks ago. This is a spiritual gift that I got 2 weeks ago, and it's actually a ball of pearly white energy. So ask God for your ball of pearly white energy. This is a spiritual gift. Say, God, give me my ball of pearly white energy, please.
God, give me my ball of pearly white energy, please.
God, give me my ball of pearly white energy, please.
And this is for protection. And it sounds a little corny and a little science fiction, but now look how hot your hands got. And you guys at home, feel your hands got really hot, your feet got warm, your face got warm. Okay, this is a ball of pearly white energy, and it's made out of the same energy that the pearly gates of heaven. See, the Bible actually has a lot of little different things in there, or a lot of things in there, but there's little hints of what's really happening even today. And so now you have your heaven protected. So your heaven on earth you can manifest, and your heaven on earth you can protect. I want you to imagine rainbow-colored energy going through your body, clearing every cell in your body, all the way from the top of your head, all the way down to your toes. And there we go. Perfect. And we're in this space. We're right in this energy space, in this beautiful vortex. When you look out on the ocean, I want you guys to imagine this as infinity, never-ending light from God. And as you do that, you'll notice your sinuses open, you get really, really light. One more time, tell God what it is you want. Out loud, tell God what it is you would like to have, whatever it is. And so, whatever that is, say it out loud. Speak it in this dimension. Healing energy will overtake your body, and you'll feel a tear. You can never heal anything without a tear. And so, and what is it you want? What is it you really want? What are you really wanting?
I just want perfect. I think everybody
great.
has a perfect version of what their life.
That's
whether you're James Bond or
I think
just a housewife with a little country home somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think perfect is perfect, and I think that's what you want. I think you if you can't figure it out if you can't really figure out what it is you would like, say, God, bring me perfect. So just for fun, you guys say, God, bring me perfect. God, bring me perfect.
God, bring me perfect.
God, perfect. That's what we want. Well, at this point, I'm going to go up top and enjoy the beautiful ocean, and I'm going to get ready for the sunset. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Welcome aboard. This is always worth waiting for, the beautiful sunset. And so as the sun goes down, I want all you guys to make a wish. And I hope, pray, and manifest all your wishes and all your dreams come true. I'd like to really thank you guys for watching the show. And I love you guys and look forward to seeing you next week right here on Tapping In with Gary Spivey.